Today I'd like to tie for you a Barber Pole. This is a dry fly. This is a classic dry fly. The hook I have in the vise is a 9672 by Mustad. It is a 1 extra long, size 12. The thread I'm going to use is black. And I'm going to attach the thread at the front. And I'm going to bring the thread down to the halfway point. And now I'm going to come back half of that. And that's going to be the position for the wing. And the wing is going to be wood duck flank. And I got my wood duck feather. And I'm going to use the whole feather for the wing. I'm going to tie them on one at a time. And I want the wing to be just the length of the shank. And I'm putting that natural curve away from me. This is going to be the far wing. And I let it roll to that side there. Now I'm going to take the tips and I'm going to wrap in front. Wrap around them a couple of turns and stand them up. Now I'm going to take another wood duck flank feather and I gather them all together, measure them to the opposite. And tie them in. And I'm going to take that wing take the second wing and I'm going to wrap around that. And then over the top. And that is dividing them and holding them up. Put just the make sure when you divide them you catch the same wing. Put a couple of wraps right around that wing post. There we go. And now I'm going to trim them off. I'm going to trim them off at an angle. Taping. Now I'm going to wrap in the rest of this. And I'm going to wrap it in tightly so my wings don't roll. But leaving this at an angle is going to help me form the body at a nice taper. You can see it going down. And then when I get to the end there, I'm going to take another wood duck flank feather and I'm going to make a tail with this, pull them right off the stem. I'm going to measure them up to be the length of the shank. Give it a couple of wraps. Get it on top. And I'm going to put a wrap underneath. And remove the excess. Tie down the remainder. We still have a tapered nicely tapered body. Now for the body, I have black floss. This is a double strand, and I'm going to use the 2 strands. And I wet it before tying it. It just helps to manage it a little better. And we'll tie that one in, going on the far side. And now for the ribbing, I have red floss, and I took one of the strands. Most floss you buy is a double strand floss. And I want to tie this on my side, so I'm going to put it under the hook shank. To get it started, tie it back to the tail, and then wrap it in. And stop just slightly before the wing. I'm going to take the black floss. I'm going to wind that. When I reach the thread, I'm going to come back on it. Just a few wraps. And then move it forward once again, and that helps to make it tapered. And I'm going to tie it off. Right there behind the wing. And remove the excess. Now I'm going to take the rib. I'm going to take one shot around underneath. And now I'm going to twist this rib, because I don't want it flat. I want it to be a rib. I don't want it to cover all of the red. So I'm going to twist it into a strand. And wind this. Twisting as you go. So I got to back it off. The second wrap is wide. Twist that tighter. There we go. When I reach the end, I'm going to tie that off. And I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to tie that in. I'm going to hold up the wings, and I'm going to wrap in front of them. And you want to build this up a little bit so you don't have such a big step when you bring your hackle from the back to the front. Return your thread to the back of the wing. And now I'm going to take a lighter blue dun hackle, tying it in right between the wings, and I'm going to leave a little bit of the bare spot not tied in. Pull the wings back and secure it in front. And there we go, I got it built up fairly good now. And leave your thread 1 eye length in back of the eye. You can take your hackle pliers, and we're going to wind this, and by leaving that little piece of bare, it's not going to shoot out the back right off the bat. And we're going to tie this in, putting one wrap directly in front of the next. We got 3 in back. Now I'm going to hold the wings, and I'm going to brush the hackle right up to the wing. And wrap until you run out of hackle or you're satisfied with the amount of hackle that's on there. And there we go. Now I'm going to tie this off. Oop. Couple in back, a couple in front. And I'm going to remove that hackle tip. Now I'm going to take my bodkin, and I'm going to give it a half hitch and a double half hitch, and I'm going to move any hackles away from the eye with that double half hitch. There we go. Move them away from the eye. And I'm going to build the head. Give it a whip finish. And remove that thread. Clean off your head cement brush well. There's plenty still in there. And add head cement to the, got some on the hackles there. And here we have a barber pole. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please let your friends know about my channel. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, requests, and most of all, I thank you very much for watching my videos.